You know, most people don't hate their lives, they hate the gimmick that they're playing in their lives. That's what we're talking about today, and wrestlers who have the same problem. Let's get into it.
One, two, my God, it's the Kickout Show!
So today we're talking about the gimmick that you play in your life, the role that you play, the way you show up in the world. Who is that person? If that person is not aligned with who you think you are, then you'll get anxiety, you'll feel lost in your own life, and it'll all feel like a blunted together jigsaw. It doesn't quite feel right. You might look into your relationship or your job or all these different things. You'll try to find something that, if I could just fix this, maybe it will get better. Maybe if I do this, my life will get better. But really, it's the role that you're sitting in, the gimmick that you're playing. From the moment you wake up, you fit into a role and you play that role because everybody expects you to play that role. What happens if you don't? What will change then? What if you took that responsibility and said, you know what? I'm somebody different from that. I'm somebody different from who you think I am. I don't want to play that role anymore. So the wrestling angle today is a great example, two great examples who are so prominent in wrestling right now. The former WWE champion, Cody Rhodes, and the current WWE champion, Drew McIntyre. Cody Rhodes first. What did we see him do? Where did the story begin before he finished it? It started with a young kid coming up, being trained by his dad or some of the legends probably. All the best training, all the best wisdom. Gets a ticket to the big time, joins WWE, and goes along a path that a lot of young stars take. They get put under the wing of somebody, they go for the tag team championships. He was put in an amazing faction with Randy Orton, and all those things. He must have learnt so much, but it still wasn't him. Then he broke away from that and he became, was it the handsome gimmick where he was looking in the mirror all the time, and didn't he get his face hurt and he was wearing a mask? Appropriate. But again, it wasn't him. He's still searching, he's still looking for that role. Unfortunately, the WWE didn't believe in him. And near the end, we know that he became Stardust. It's talked about all the time and laughed about, but it was the best thing for him, because guess what he did? He said, you know what? This isn't me. This is not the person that I am. This is not the character that I want to be. So he didn't quit wrestling. He quit playing a gimmick. He didn't give up on wrestling. He didn't give up on his talent. He didn't give up on who he believed he was. But he did have the balls to quit a gimmick that wasn't him. So he went away, he rebuilt himself, and now he's back as the Cody Rhodes that we all know and love, some of us. So who else? Drew McIntyre did the same thing, came in as the prodigy, the chosen one by Vince. He had the looks, the height, the body, the talent, but it wasn't him. And again, he's gone down these paths. He ended up in 3MB near the end, which for me now goes down as a legendary faction. But again, it wasn't him. So did he quit wrestling? No. Did he quit his passion? Did he quit the thing that he loves? No. Did he quit on himself? No. What he did was he changed the gimmick. He changed who people seen him as. He went away, he put on size, he grew a beard, trained, worked on his craft, and then eventually he gets back to the WWE and is now the WWE champion. So there is a line there where we say, okay, I'm not going to quit, because I don't want people to leave this video thinking that it's okay to quit, but it's okay to say when it's enough. When this gimmick I'm playing is enough, when this role I'm playing is enough. I don't have to play this role forever, just because that's who you think I am. So we can do it with our parents and our partners and boyfriends, girlfriends, our friends, at work. All that kind of stuff is like where people think you're a certain person, so they treat you a certain way. And then we fulfill their belief by acting that way, and therefore the pattern continues. And then you wonder why you're unfulfilled or unhappy. We're at home, we may be thinking, I want to go for this in my life, but I don't believe I'm good enough. We get self-doubt. We start criticizing ourselves. And it's not because we're incapable, it's because the gimmick, the identity that we've built for ourselves is incapable. And you're fulfilling that by playing that role every day. So could Stardust win the WWE Championship? No. Can Cody Rhodes, the actual man, did he have the talent, the drive, the ambition to be the WWE Champion? Yeah. So you've got to distinguish between those two parts of you. The role that you're showing to everybody and the person that you actually are. And the person you are is capable of reaching those heights that you dream about or dreamt about. Maybe you've let go of those dreams because this role that you play has got responsibilities that hold them. There's this problem, there's that problem, they're holding me back, they're stopping me from doing what I want to do. But it's not that. It's the identity that you're playing. It's the role that you're playing. Change the role and you'll change the action. You change the action and then you'll change what you see out there. What you put out into the world will come back. But if you stay in victim mentality and think that everything's going to change just because you're sitting there hoping it will, it won't. You've got to change you first. It's not your partner's responsibility, it's not your work friend's responsibility, it's not your children's responsibility. It's yours every day to not fall into the trap of being the person you were yesterday when everything was what you didn't want it to be. So how can we do that? We show up differently. People ain't going to like it at first. Trust me, they are not going to like the new you because they've settled into their roles as well. Everyone around you is in a role. A lot of people break out of those roles actually, and I remember looking at them being jealous and thinking, wow, they're so alive and they just say what they want. Don't say what you want, by the way. Because people use that as a hideaway to be able to be nasty or say things that they just want to get off their chest without regard for other people's feelings. But there is a difference between that and being honest about who you are and what's right for you. Once you start putting those steps in, you'll see people will start to go, oh, okay, I'm not sure if I like that, because they want you to stay as that person they know. But that person they know isn't making you happy, isn't the person that goes out and lives their life and reaches for those things that you want to reach for. If you want to travel the world, if you want a job helping people, if you want to reach for things that never seemed possible, it wasn't that it wasn't possible for you, it wasn't possible for the avatar that you'd created, for the person, the gimmick that you'd created. So you can ask 10 people they know about you to sit down on a piece of A4 paper and write what they think about you. And you might get 10 different pieces of paper because we show up differently. At work we might be happy and bubbly, and then at home we might be grumpy, and our partner says, oh, he's always grumpy. And then with our parents we might be the doer, so we're always trying to keep them happy because it makes life easier for us. So that just there's 3 different versions of you that exist. And the reason you feel tense, anxious, frustrated with your life is because you're playing these roles. Why doesn't the mum get to see you grumpy? Why doesn't the partner get to see you happy and bubbly? Because you're constantly fluctuating between avatars, between gimmicks, between characters. Stone cold with the Taskmaster. But that one thing clicks. That one moment and you go, this is me. And then you go for it. So with Austin it was a 316. He said it to Jake the Snake. All of a sudden it all clicked. And off he goes. For Cody Rhodes becoming the Nightmare, it just clicked. There it is, there's me. People ain't gonna like it, but I love it because it's me, it's authentic. And when that authenticity shows up, that's when you start to thrive. And people just move out of the way in awe. They're like, wow, this guy really knows what he wants, where he's going. And then the blocks that come, they don't matter because you've got a vision. You know who you are, you know what you want to do. It's an amazing feeling to start being authentic. It doesn't mean easy, it just means authentic. And a lot of this comes down to boundaries, not letting people treat you a certain way. When you put those boundaries in, they'll be shocked. Oh, well, you used to let me do that. Oh, well, you used to do this for me. Shut up. We don't do that anymore. This is not who I am. I protect myself so that I have space to be the person that I want to be. So many great characters over the years. The Undertaker was up and down with different characters. The Dead Man clicked. Kane, the same. Few different characters. Fake Diesel. Kane come along, it clicked. And the same can be done for you. A great saying I heard the other day was, don't try to be yourself, remember who you are. Because being yourself is this character that you've created here. You can't say to Stardust, be yourself, because that is Stardust. What he had to remember is who he is. And that was Cody Rhodes, a passionate, talented wrestler. And he went out and he found the gimmick, he found the character that he wanted to be and to show to the world, and it all took off from there. And if it crashes and burns, it doesn't matter, because he was authentic and he was him. And that's what we're looking for. Authenticity. Be yourself. Don't quit on life. Don't quit on your dreams. But do quit the character that you're pretending to be for people. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Remember, it's not about hitting the mat. It's all about the kick out. I'll see you next week.